All right, y'all. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're tuning in. I'm grateful to have you here. And we got Congressman Byron Donalds back in the building. This will be my second time seeing anything from this man, but it only took one time to know that he is a real American patriot, a straight shooter, and he calls it like it is. So I'll play this all the way through and then get my point of view at the end. I'm sure this is going to be a doozy. Let's get it popping.
Chair recognizes Mr. Donalds from Florida.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Sorry. Mayor Bowser, it's good to see you. Chief Conti, it's been a while. You haven't been back for 2 years or so. It's good to see you. Mr. Donahue, first time. Mr. Graves, bro, you need to do your job. I mean, let's just be very clear. Obviously, you have a responsibility to the residents of the district.
No, we ain't even gonna dance around it today. We just gonna get straight to it, bro. You're messing up. You're not doing what you're getting paid to do.
2 years or so. It's good to see you, Mr. Donahue, first time.
He warmed it up. It was cordial introductions, all of that, but then he got right to it. I love it.
Mr. Graves, bro, you need to do your job. I mean, let's just be very clear. Obviously, you have a responsibility to the residents of the district in a myriad of ways. I think, my colleague talked about that and went in some heavy detail there. But if you're not going to do the job of actually standing behind Chief Conti and the work that his men and women do with the Metropolitan Police Department, then you're selling them down the river, and with them, the residents of D.C. And even the tourists that come to DC. But, they're the ones that live here. They ride the bus, they get on the metro, they're going to school, they're going to work, and what everybody wants is just to be safe. And you're not holding up your end of the bargain. I've seen MPD all over DC. They're out here every single day. They are here. It's very clear when they're on the scene. But you're not doing your job. So I just find it to be disgusting, frankly. Just uphold the law, enforce the law, and that actually will make the job easier for the chief and for the mayor to do their jobs.
Seems simple.
Mayor Bowser, real quick.
Fair enough.
When the Oversight Committee was investigating January 6th, you were not here. I don't know what was going on, so no need to go down that road. But I really had a question about, you requested troops on you addressed National Guard troops on December 31, 2020. Is that correct?
That sounds right, but I would want to confirm the dates.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Based upon any recollection that you have, what was the rationale for requesting National Guard troops?
We wanted to make sure that our city blocks were protected. And the chief decided, we were in that transition week, so the chiefs decided that we wanted to create a traffic box around certain parts of our downtown. And the best use of resources would be National Guard instead of MPD, so that MPD could be available for law enforcement. So that was our request.
Okay, so quick follow-up to that, because I remember it, having gone through orientation here before I got sworn in as a member of Congress, that during that time period, to the pandemic and everything else, there was no traffic in DC, not like it is today. Like, nobody was driving through the streets of DC during that time period. So, and this is a legitimate question, was the concerns purely traffic corridors in the district for the date of January 6th?
Let me ask the chief to talk about how we
Sure, Chief Conti, if you can, that'd be great.
Yeah, so traffic is part of the concern. Certainly when we create traffic boxes and we're expecting a lot of people in our city, we don't want to mix people and cars. So creating that space where for people who are expressing their First Amendment rights could peacefully be in the street or on the sidewalk or whatever, and not be hindered by cars and buses moving about.
Well, Chief, I just want to reclaim my time. I'm a minute 28. That's no disrespect to what you're saying. And my coughing, no disrespect to either.
No worries.
So real quick, now in a letter that was sent on January 5th, Mayor Bowser, you stated that the National Guard, that you were accepting the support, but you wanted them to be in an unarmed capacity. Is that correct? Or Chief Conti, can you corroborate that? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, and I thank you for that. These are some of the things that we just want to clarify it. And I think here's the overarching point. And to be frank, honestly, Mayor Bowser, this really ain't got nothing to do with you. I think this is just a general point of what happened, when, and why. And I think, actually, last question for you. When your request for National Guard troops were, obviously, they were answered and you were given whatever you needed. Is that correct?
We were given, I believe, some of what we requested.
Okay. Were there any limits that came from the Secretary of the Army?
Yes.
Okay. Can anybody stipulate what that was?
Yeah, a couple of things. So we wanted, well, first of all, the limitation was we could not change their assignments without first receiving approval from the Secretary of the Army. We could not move National Guard members anywhere east of 9th Street Northwest. We couldn't move them there. And another thing we wanted was a quick reaction force, members of the National Guard to be able to respond. I don't think we received that resource either.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Last point I'll make, Mr. Chairman, and I know I'm slightly over my time. One thing that was clear in previous testimony in this committee, corroborated by this testimony today, is that, troops from National Guard were authorized by the president at the time, Donald Trump, on January 4. They were authorized. It was testified in this committee they were authorized. DC was able to take advantage of them in the capacity that DC wanted to save for the couple of requests that you also wanted. One thing it's important to indicate, Mr. Chairman, is that for National Guard troops to be deployed to the Capitol, it requires the Capitol Police Board to actually issue a state of emergency for troops to come on Capitol grounds. And the police board is made up of the architect of the Capitol, the head of Senate Security, the head of House Security, and the chief of the Capitol Police. And by my understanding, 3 of those 4 people report to the Speaker of the House. And the Speaker of the House at that time was Nancy Pelosi.
Crazy Nancy.
So when we want to talk about National Guard being here and the timetable of them getting here, it's important to understand that there were National Guard in the District of Columbia, and their limitation of coming to the Capitol was not due to anybody else because the president is not authorized to deploy troops to the Capitol, separation of powers. It is at the hands of the Speaker of the House. And with that, I yield, and I apologize for being 1:24 over.
Man, good night. Yeah, I'm on his team, and it ain't Trump's fault. Y'all hear that? Crazy Nancy and Chuck Schumer, they got some explaining to do, and they let my man go 1:24 over. Oh, he must have been real captivating. He must have been saying something that was very effective, very factual, very accurate, because they normally right on the money. When your time is out, please exit stage left. But they were intrigued by what Congressman Byron Donalds was saying. And man, talk about a straight shooter. Nothing but respect for this man right here. And thank God that warriors still exist in this great country, the United States of America. National Guard troops were ready, but Donald Trump had it all prepared. He said, go there. There might be some stuff going down. I don't want anybody harmed. I don't want any casualties. I don't want any of that. But why did 3 of the 4 not approve? Why did Nancy Pelosi not get them there? You can't put this all on Trump. You can't put any of it on Trump. I can't even say what the date is because YouTube, they don't like to hear the facts. They'll call it misinformation and they'll try to fact check you and all that. But I just love that we have people coming out of the woodworks and telling the truth, not sugarcoating it, not lying, not trying to mislead the public and put all the blame on Big Bad 45 and orange hair piece, because it's not his fault. He wanted people to be safe. He didn't tell people to go attack the Capitol. He wanted peace. He wanted civility. He didn't want any of this nonsense. And you most definitely cannot point the finger at him. Crazy Nancy and Chuck Schumer, Shifty Schumer, they need to look in the mirror and take account for their actions and their lack of pursuit of keeping the public safe in Washington, D.C., keeping those people at the Capitol at bay and allowing law enforcement just doing their job and upholding the law. But back to Congressman Donalds, you could just feel the common sense in the air because it exudes from this brother. For real, like, ooh wee. I love it when folks get called out and schooled on their evil BS, especially in this climate that we're living in, this wokety woke, just push any sort of LGBTQ nonsense agenda, just not living in reality. Do what you get paid to do and stand firm on the foundation of law and order. That goes for Nancy Pelosi. That goes for all these people that take oaths, these government officials, these wicked politicians trying to stuff their pockets and doing dirty deeds behind closed doors and then pointing the blame at somebody else, not taking personal accountability and reflections of their lack of pursuit of justice. And I just love how Byron, he asked questions with total respect, while at the same time, he was being very effective in getting to the bigger issues at hand. He was unveiling the curtain, draining the swamp, as Donald Trump would say, and there was no sugarcoating, no wasting time. And every time I hear Mr. Donald speak, I'm impressed all over again with just his level of clarity and calmness and just respect for those he's speaking to. And future GOP presidential candidate, could Trump make him his running mate possibly if he's not at that point yet? Could he and Mark Robinson have a dynamic duo someday just to keep on destroying this black victim narrative, like the white man and the world has their foot on black folks' neck? No. These are very prominent, well-spoken, courageous black men. Byron Donalds, Mark Robinson, and I know pigmentation does not matter at all, but since y'all are going to play that card on the left every single time, these radical secularists, we're going to go along with it. We're going to show you that no. It don't matter how you look. You can go out and get it. If you're willing to put in some grind, some effort, some dedication to enhancing your knowledge base and living in truth, oh, this is what the result could be. And I absolutely love it. Y'all let me know what you think down below in the comment section. What do you guys think of Congressman Byron Donalds, of Mark Robinson, of all this J6 situation? What do y'all think about this? And if this is your first time seeing my videos, welcome first and foremost. But I always got to dish out some biblical soul food and share the gospel. That's what I'm called to do as a Christian man. I wouldn't be doing my service and putting the truth in front of people if I didn't stand firm on it and read from the Bible basic instructions before leaving earth. So John 8 verse 32 says, I'm sure y'all have heard it, you will know the truth and the truth will set you free. So at some point, what you're doing in the dark will be brought to light. And what these people did, it was criminal and a blatant violation of their oaths of office. I truly believe that. You may disagree. That is what it is. I'm just going off the evidence and what's shown out in the public and what's being discovered day in and day out about, wait. If we dive deeper than Donald Trump is the issue for world chaos and all these crises, and we look below surface level, below the media headlines, you start to really uncover what's going on in the deep state and this complex that's going on. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. They try to mislead us and misguide us with these Trump lawsuit issues and the virus and all of this stuff. But deeper than that, there's a lot of real disgusting, poisonous things going on. And at the end of every single day, I know that my Heavenly Father, our Heavenly Father, if you're saved and in the kingdom, God Almighty will work it all out however he best sees fit. I know that to be the case. So keep or start building a relationship with the Lord. Keep praying, keep pushing forward, keep controlling the things that are in front of you, the tasks at hand, and keep leading people to the kingdom and doing what we're called to do. Be salt and light of the earth, judge sin righteously, and show people the way to righteousness. And that's what I'm about over here. So if I got to put Republican candidates, if Democrats start saying things that are truthful and based in, facts and not just their rhetoric and their woke narrative they're trying to push, if they start standing on some firm truth, I doubt that's ever going to be the case. I'll talk about that as well. I'm not biased to either side. I'm biased to the Lord. You could look right, you could look left. I may lean conservative most definitely because they're pro-life, they're pro-gun, they're pro-America. So obviously, common sense, why would I not lean that way? But most importantly, my loyalty is up with the one true king on the throne, the only one who can dictate everything, the only one who does dictate everything, how it happens, the creator of all things. So that's all I got today. I love y'all. I'll be praying for you. I'll be praying for these people. I'll be praying for these crooked, wicked people on the left, that they wake up, that they find righteousness and start living, in the real world with God at the forefront. That's what we need. But outside of that, again, y'all let me know what you think down below in the comments section. Let's keep this conversation rolling. If you enjoyed this video, you enjoy what I bring to the table, my viewpoints or whatever it is that y'all stayed to this point for, don't forget to subscribe, like, ring that notification bell so you can get notified anytime I post a video. On top of that, you can always get these awesome shirts you see me wearing, made by my lovely wife, Christian, American, Second Amendment, real awesome designs in general. Y'all go check those out. Always linked down below, as well as these insulated tumblers she also makes in-house. Outside of that, you can join the Patreon family, buy me a coffee. You don't got to do anything at all. Just listening to me rant and allowing me to take over your screen for a few minutes. I'm grateful. I appreciate you. I love y'all. Until next time, Godspeed. I'm gone.